Hi, welcome back to Reading with Money. I'm Money, and today I'm doing the intro for my Wonderthon vlog, part 1. I'll have to film a second one for part 2 because I have an hour and a half of footage of for 2 weeks, so I definitely need to cut that in half, I think. So, hi Shuri. Yes, I know, I'm talking to the camera. This is gonna happen. It's gonna be okay. If you don't know what Wonderthon is, it's a readathon created by Lizzie from Lizzie's Literary Life. And this is the 3rd year that she has put this together. The first year was the Ancient Wonders readathon. Last year it was the Renaissance Wonders, and this year was Medieval Wonders. So how this works is that there are 4 teams, each captained by a different booktuber, who I'll all link down below. You should go follow all of them. I, for this year, was on Team Warwick, which was captained by the amazing Ruby from Ruby Red. I've always been on her team. We are all very loyal to our blue team. Rhodes, Venice, Warwick, yes, always been there. And each team has a genre bonus for reading books in their group genre. Ours was literary fiction and historical fiction. And yes, the readathon is extremely complex and well thought out. There's a lot of math involved, which I don't always get, but that's fine. And yes, it's the most chaotic, most fun 2 weeks in the year. Like, I look forward to this every year. It's very intense, it's very chaotic. I love it. I hope it goes on for years and years. I'm filming this intro a few days after Wonderthon is over. Because yes, I started editing yesterday and I was like, yes. You'll see why I didn't film an intro once I pass you over to past me. She was not having a good time. So you'll see that, and I think that's everything I have to say in the intro. So I'll hand you over to past me now, and then I'll be back to show you out in the outro, because yes, I filmed one, but that will be in part 2. So, see you later. Hello. I probably did an intro another day because this is not a phase to do an intro. I've been dealing with allergies for the past 2 nights in a row. No, 3 nights in a row. I am tired. My plan was yesterday, Friday, to read a bit, at midnight, my time, and then go to sleep. That did not happen because while I was waiting for midnight to happen, I decided to take the allergy medicine that puts me to sleep. And it took a while, but it did finally made me go to sleep, which, yes, I needed it. I woke up today at 7:30, checked the spreadsheet. We have already had some submissions, which is great. And yeah, then my dad came over when the sprints started to help me fix my lights, because both my lights, both in my bedroom and my study, stopped working. And yeah, he was helping me fix them. They're not fixed yet, because yeah, he had to take them home, mess with them a little bit in his house, and then he's gonna bring them back at some point. So yes, it's an awful day today. It's rainy, which is good for reading. I'm still not feeling 100%. You can probably tell from my voice and my eyes. I also got a weird allergy thing on my eye here, which I also usually get on my eyelids down here, but now it's up here and it is concerning me. It doesn't itch or anything or hurt. It's just a weird skin thing. It's not been the greatest start. However, just in case I don't mention this in the intro, Lita, no! Nope. Thank you. Just in case my intro does not cover this. I am currently in 2 books. I need to finish Assassin's Apprentice, which I'm doing a separate vlog for, so I might not even update you on that too much. Maybe when I finish it, I'll just tell you I finished it. I have 250-ish pages, which is more than 50%, quite a bit more than 50%, which is what I can count for this readathon, and I want to finish it today because I'm very intrigued to see where things are going. So yes, and I'm thinking that will be probably my first submission. I will be submitting 250-ish pages for this readathon, and I think I'm putting them for infantry. Hold on. Yeah, for infantry. For the first 2 tiers, is a physical book and it's a backlist. And it'll get me just a few points, but it's fine because it's the first thing, the first chunk. And it's not quite 300 pages, but it's close, so it should bring the feast numbers up a little bit, maybe. And the modifier doesn't matter that much in these first steps of the infantry board, so it's fine, I think. And then I am also reading The Raven Scholar. I cannot remember who it's by, but I'll put the picture somewhere. This is a new fantasy, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I have read 4 chapters. Yeah, I have read 3 chapters. I read the first one before the readathon started, but this book is over 600 pages. So when I finish it, it will get me like the maximum amount of modifier bonus 4 pages read thing possible. And I had barely read the first, what is it? I don't know how many pages it is, but oh my god, I can't speak. I calculated, and 600 pages was 91%, and I had only read like 3 maybe. So it's gonna be fine. I'm counting more than 600 pages for this. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's a fantasy where there's an emperor and there are 8 animal gods, and each person pledges allegiance to one of the gods and they get trained in some way. And there's some sort of trial, like to choose the next emperor, because I feel like they have a time limit and then they need to do this challenge and people go do this challenge. And in the first chapters, we're following this family, these 2 twin siblings, brother and sister, and their mom. Their father was a traitor. He tried to rebel against the emperor and he had participated in the trials, and then, well, he dies. He fails, and so their family, the twins, are treated like the traitors' children, whatever. And so we're following them, and I don't know, there was something weird about the first 3 chapters. I don't know exactly how to pinpoint it. Some of it feels overwritten and over-explained. This is supposed to be adult, which, I don't like it when books remind me of young adult books. Because if it's going to be young adult, just tell me it's young adult, but it's supposed to be adult, and I don't need you to over-explain things. That's a pet peeve of mine. But this next chapter seems a bit interesting. I mean, I was originally interested in this book because in the blurb, it seems like the narrators of the book are one of these gods, the Raven, and it's in plural, like they say, we are the Raven. I found that intriguing. And so now this chapter seems to be finally being told from the Raven's perspective, or as an all-seeing narrator. And in fact, the last chapter also had that as well. Like, that's maybe what threw me off, because at the beginning it seemed like we were just in Yana's POV, and then suddenly it like whoop, and we got like different POVs, like an outsider POV. There's also footnotes from the Raven, which is interesting. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm gonna keep reading. My Kindle says I have 12 hours and 49 minutes left in the book, so we shall see. So that's the plan for today. I want to spend the rest of the day on the sofa or in my bed, cozy and warm, and reading. I am gonna order some food and snacks to have during the afternoon, I think. I should order some breakfast because I have nothing. I should cook, but I don't have anything and I don't feel like it. I am so tired. So yes, I'm gonna do the bad thing and order something. No, why are you fighting? Oh God, like why? Anyway, this has been a very long intro update and I should go read. We are currently in sprints and I have not read anything, so bye. Okay, so I just finished Assassin's Apprentice. It is later than I thought it was gonna be. It's like 7 o'clock. It took me all afternoon to read it, but oh my god, I was just crying at the end because I was very surprised at the ending. I am giving it 5 stars. I love it. I can't wait to continue the series, but I need to read other things for this readathon, so I'm gonna go log it and think about my life for a bit. Maybe wash the dishes or something to clear my mind, and then I need to see what I'm going to start. Oh my god. I get the hype, okay? I get it. Okay, so it's a bit later and I have started Speech Theme by Tim Murphy. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, since it came out last year or the year before. I think it might have been the year before. Because Tim Murphy wrote Cristodora, which was one of my favorite books from a couple of years ago. And yeah, this book follows a bunch of kids that were part of a speech team, like debate club, whatever, in the 80s. And they were winners, like they had like a pretty good outlook on life, like they would have done well. And then years later, like 25 years later or something, one of the members of the original group kills himself and leaves a very accusatory, let's say, note on Facebook, and blaming in part their speech team coach. Cut it out, please, thank you. And yeah, apparently they're going to embark on a road trip to confront, like they all get together at some point and they're going to confront this guy about things that he said to them, which I'm guessing he said things to everyone in that team. And the narrator is one of the kids, who is now a man, obviously. And in high school, he was dealing with his own sexuality, coming to terms that he was gay, and well, it was the 80s in a small town in the United States, so you could see where this is going. But yes, I really like his writing style, Tim Murphy. I loved Cristodora so much, so I have really high hopes for this. And I don't know, the talk about the 80s brings a weird nostalgia to me, because first of all, I was born in the 90s and I did not live in the United States, obviously, so the culture was very different from mine. But you know, I grew up on 80s movies, I guess, so the culture is pretty known to me, so there is this nostalgia factor, I guess, even though the subject matter of the book is kind of dark. I'm really enjoying it. Kindle says I have 3 hours and 42 minutes in it, so I could finish it by midnight if I just read, which is what I feel like doing anyway. So yes, the chapters are long though, and that can sometimes be a blessing or a curse, because you know, you finish a chapter and you've read for like an hour almost. This chapter 2, is 41 minutes, so you've read a lot, but it also doesn't give you that satisfaction of, oh, I finished another chapter. So we'll see how it goes. I do need to get dinner though. I am starting to get hungry, and yeah, need to sort that out. But yeah, what is going on? My cats, I swear. Anyway, see you later. Hello, I'm back in my usual place. Oh, the light is very bad there. Okay, sorry if you can hear the humming of the air conditioning, but it is cold today, so I'm not turning it off for this. Today's Sunday. I came back home a while ago, worked on my plan for tomorrow, for like the week, for school, did the dishes, prepared dinner and lunch for tomorrow, and just finished dinner, and now I'm going to go to read. It's like 9 o'clock already, so that means I have a couple of hours before I have to go to bed. I don't have to get up so early tomorrow, but yes, it's winter, so it's really hard to get up. But anyway, today I didn't read much, because in the morning my dad came to help me finally get my lights back on, which they are now in the bedroom and the study. Thank you, Dad. And then I went to my parents' house for lunch, and I saw my niece and, well, my sister and everything. Then we went to the little square and we played in the swings with my baby niece, which was very cute. And yeah, then we all went back to my parents' house and we all sat down in the living room. I sat down with a book on my Kindle and we all fell asleep, basically. Like they were on the sofa, baby included. It was just for a little bit. I had started The Book of Days by Francesca Key, and it was a bad choice for the feeling I was, for the mood, because it's a very slow, meandering book. I read only like a couple of pages, and yeah, it was not engaging. It's not very plot heavy from what I heard and from the synopsis. It's not that long, it's 288 pages, but I originally thought of using it, I was going to use it for the cavalry board. But I don't know. I think it doesn't work for this readathon. It also has the historical fiction bonus, but I think it is too slow and I can't read it right now. So I switched over to reading a little bit more of the Raven Scholar, and I read a chapter maybe. And it is starting to get a little bit more engaging. I'm still not sure about it, but I am committed to doing this book because it's like I would get like 60 points for it. So yes, it's probably what I'm going to read now. And then my sister and I talked about reading Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid together. Well, together. I am going to read it in one sitting probably at this point because of how the readathon works. But yes, we will probably start at the same time and then we'll discuss it when she finishes it because she doesn't get to read that much with a baby. But yes, that is the reading plans, I guess. There haven't been any battles yet. I'm not sure we won't have battles tomorrow. I am dreading it, but I'm pretty sure one of the other teams will have achieved a battle by tomorrow. We'll see. Because also, like, 2 of the teams were feasting today. Don't like that. So, yeah. I'm gonna go read for as much as I can. And I'll update you later. Oh, I forgot to update you about the book I finished yesterday. That is the first thing I was going to do. I did finish Speech Team yesterday at like 1 a.m. and I gave it 4 stars. I like the writing was fine, and I like the character's journey for the most part. There were just some little things that I can't even really pinpoint right now what they are that rubbed me the wrong way or were not developed as much as I wanted it to, but I thought it was a good read. It was quick and yeah, I like the author's style, so I liked it. So 4 stars. I submitted that for the cavalry board. Yeah, it was my first thing in the cavalry board, if I remember correctly. So yes, I think that that's it. I'm gonna go read. Bye. Hello, it's Monday. It has not been a good Monday. I went to bed at a reasonable hour last night, having read a bit more of The Raven Scholar. I think I mentioned this last night. I just got to an interesting part, like a quarter through the book, but still. And then I had to go to bed, which was very annoying. And then I woke up at like 2 a.m. for some reason, and my brain did not stop. So I decided to start a new book instead of reading The Raven Scholar, because I had just gotten to an exciting part and I was like, okay, I should just start a new book. So I started A Merciful Sea by Katie Daish. I'm not sure how to pronounce the author's name, but I'll put the picture up here. It's the third in a trilogy. It's historical fiction following a captain and, well, originally lieutenant, but then he becomes a commander as well, during the Napoleonic Wars. The first book is set in the Caribbean, and there's always some sort of like mystery involved, and it's very, very Navy focused. Like there's so much description of and vocabulary, like terms, nautical terms, and ships from that time and terms related to that. Most of it goes over my head. I don't know what all these things mean. But I do enjoy the stories. I read the first 2 books as they came out. and this is the last one, I think. It's also it also follows, like I said, this Captain Nightingale and Courtney and their relationship, and I love it. But I did read quite a bit of that, like 9% maybe. Stop shooting. I read quite a bit of that, and then I overslept, of course. When I finally fell asleep and then my alarm went off, I did not get up. So I was late today to work. It was not ideal. And then it was a very, very cold day, which I did not appreciate. My throat did not appreciate that either, as you can probably tell by my voice. So yes, hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. But yeah, I think that's it. No, I read a bit more of The Raven Scholar on the bus, on the like 45-minute commute I have. Things continue to get interesting there. I think I'm a third of the way through now in that book. And now when I came home, I read a lot more of Merciful Sea. I'm at like 60 something percent. So I should finish it tomorrow. No problem, which will be great to get a feast because it's over 300 pages. So is a Raven Scholar. And they are both going to get me quite a bit of points, I think. In other exciting news, Lizzie has announced a new aspect of this readathon, which is jousting, which I am very excited about. So I am keeping track of my pages. This is too long to explain, and this will be after the readathon is over, so it doesn't really matter, but it's like a side quest competition for which we can get more points or like get rewards for our team. And there's a qualifying round now for the next 2 days, so I'm counting my pages. But now, yes, I think that's it. I should go to bed so that there's not a repeat of today. And hopefully it's not going to be that cold, although I doubt it. I'm so tired of the cold. But I have a holiday on Thursday. Just need to make it to there. All right, goodbye. Hello, I come to you post-shower in the same spot as yesterday. Today's Tuesday. It has been a very long day. I had a coordination session, which I left early because I was so tired and not feeling very well. My throat is not in its best state. It was cold and miserable. But anyway, I did finish a book today. I finished A Merciful Sea. I gave it 4.5 stars, mainly because I enjoyed the series. I have my issues with the writing. I've had it for like the first 2 books too, where I feel like we're so much in the characters' heads that sometimes things are a bit repetitive. Like we know these characters' state of mind by this point, and it's like the same things keep getting the things keep getting what's the word am I looking for? Like we hash over the same things. Is that an expression? I feel like my brain isn't working. But yes, it's like we've been through this. Like we know what you feel, man. But anyway, I really enjoyed the last section of the book, which actually involves the Trafalgar battle, Napoleon, Lord Nelson, etc. And from the author's note at the end, it seems like she did quite a bunch of research and it's pretty accurate, so that was pretty interesting to read. And it had a satisfying ending, so I gave it 4.5 stars, despite my reservations about some issues with the writing. But yes, and then I continued my feverish read at this point of The Raven Scholar. I think I'm almost, no shooting. I made it past the halfway mark, which means that I only have a few hours left. I think at this point it's like 4.5 or something, which is great because I am ready to be done with this book. Some parts of it, there's so many twists, some of which feel like they've been pretty well plotted. Like you could see those things as you think back on the plot. Some of them I could kind of like guess right before, which I always like in something that is a mystery. Like I don't want to know immediately what's the twist, but I like to be able to like just anticipate it. And then some other things I'm like, this can't be like this. But again, I'm halfway through the book, so I feel like there might be more to it. I have faith. But I am kind of ready to be done with it because I've been reading it for a couple of days now and I want to finish things. We are very close to our feast. I'm pretty sure that when I wake up tomorrow, we will be feasting, and that would be great because we get some advantages with that. And my book would count for more points because our dear queen has introduced some new elements. Today there was an earthquake, and so all the archery points have moved, which is better for me for blue historical fiction, although I had just submitted a Merciful Sea for that. I could have gotten more points if I had waited for a few hours to submit it. But I also lost a few points for the Raven Scholar for my plans. I'm still going to submit it for that because I think that was still my best bet. But yeah, I should have known. I should have known because in the spreadsheet, like, why would I need that information? I knew there must be something. But anyway, I am going to read it for a bit longer. It's 11 o'clock. I should be going to sleep, but I'm not actually that sleepy now after my shower, which usually it does, but it seems to have reinvigorated me. I cannot pronounce words properly today either. Stop it, Shuri. I'm talking to the camera, yes. Hi, say hi. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go read for like half an hour more and then sleep. I think that's it. Goodbye. Hi, I just filmed a whole update, but I was not filming. Okay, many things have happened. One, I made it to the jousting team. Who knows what will happen, but I have a holiday tomorrow, so I plan to read like today, the rest of the day, and tonight, and tomorrow. What am I saying? Anyway, today's Wednesday, by the way. But yes, I do have a holiday, so I plan to read. So at least for the first round, I think I'll be of service to my team, hopefully. What else happened? I just finished The Raven Scholar. I gave it 4 stars. It was fine. I am tired of some of the tropes in this, beyond like the bad guy in this being clearly deranged in his strive for power, but you know, whatever. So in that aspect, I was just like, okay, that's fine. Also, the book seems a bit too long. Too many things happened. I did not see the last twist coming. That was clever, although I should have, if that makes sense. And I did like the ending, and I think my favorite part was just the ravens and the fox. That was just my favorite thing. I want a book about them. Mainly, I like the humor and the whatever. I can't really go into it in much detail, but yes. The story itself, we'll see. It's a trilogy. Who knows if I'll continue it, but it was fine. But most importantly, that got us to a feast. I'm so happy I was able to contribute to my team in that way. So now we're feasting, which means that we will get a few more points for each book that we read from now on, if we keep the average going. So we'll see. Okay, and that's it. I plan now to take a rest my eyes a little bit before I keep reading, because the jousting announcement is going to happen in like half an hour, I think. So my plan is to start reading The Hymn to Dionysus by Natasha Pulley, which I have already read. It will be a reread, but I am participating in Mel's book club, Mel from a book thing named Mel, and that was the first book for the first quarter. And she asked me if I wanted to participate in the live show, which I was more than happy to, because I love this book. So I'm going to reread it and it will give me a few points. So yes, that is the plan. And I don't remember if I said anything else when I thought I was filming. So yes. Oh, there were battles today. We were not attacked, so peaceful for us. We shall see what happens tomorrow. But yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna go rest my eyes and I'll see you later. Bye. Do you want to say hi? My god, my voice is gone. All right, quick update. The jousting challenge was announced a few hours ago. We had to read a book. We all had to read the same book. it had to be over 250 pages, and it couldn't be a graphic novel, for which I'm glad because I don't read graphic novels. And our team chose Anne of Green Gables, which I had never read. I hadn't really had an interest in it. I kind of knew what it was about, but... And I am now in chapter 13, 30% through, and I'm liking it pretty well. It reads pretty fast, and I like Anne, and I like the humor, especially of Marilla. I'm guessing it's Marilla. And the brother Matthew. So yes, I'm liking it so far. It's not even 8 o'clock. Kindle says I have 3 hours and a half still of this book, so I probably can finish it tonight, which would be good, so that I'm done with my part for the team, because fastest wins. And then tomorrow I can dedicate to reading The Hymn to Dionysus, which was my plan. Anyway, that's it. See you later. Hi, hello. So much has happened today. Well, not so much has happened actually. I don't remember what time I went to sleep last night, but I think I had like a couple of hours left in Anne of Green Gables. And then I woke up in the middle of the night. I read a bit more because I don't know, my brain. And I fell back asleep, and then I woke up at like 7 because I woke up at 6:30 because I forgot to turn off my alarm, even though today was a holiday. So I woke up and finished the book. I submitted it, and then I fell back asleep. And when I woke up at like 11, we had already been put in last place because we didn't finish. Not all of us finished. Everyone beat us to it. But we did choose the longest book in true, Warwick fashion. So, yes. It was still great. We still got 5 coins. We'll see. The next prompt drops tomorrow. I'm excited. We were now deciding like time zones and everything so that we can plan better this time maybe. And we can all get to reading faster. But I do work tomorrow. I do have some moments that I can sneak in some reading, but I do get off work at 6 technically, which is not ideal. But I'll do my best. Hopefully it'll be something shorter, or it will be something easier to decide and get to reading. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, so I lounged around in bed for a while. I did do laundry, which was good. And then I started, as you probably saw, The Hymn to Dionysus. I haven't made much progress because I also took a nap because I was very tired. But yes, it is now like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I was thinking that I was gonna read this whole book today. I'm on page 71. I don't think I can, realistically, but I will finish it first thing tomorrow, I think, if I can. I don't know. We'll see. I might just get into the groove of things and just read for the next 4 hours straight. And that'll be that. And then I'll go to bed easily. I don't know. We'll see. I do feel awake, more awake now. And I am planning to order dinner because your girl is tired and has nothing to cook with. And I'm not going out. It has been a very weird day, I think, although I didn't go out, so I don't know. But it wasn't that cold because I didn't have to turn on the AC today. That's a good thing. So yeah, other than that, oh no, there were battles today. I forgot about that. We did have our battle today, and we decided to go against Bodium in cavalry, I think, and we won by a skittle, which was so much fun and interesting because the other battle also gave us a bit of information. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure we will have battles tomorrow as well, at least one. I need to check the spreadsheet now because we're all feasting, so we do know when battles will happen. And our average page has gone up quite a bit, so it will be, I don't know, doubtful that we will stop feasting now. Yesterday, when I managed to get us over the line, it was a bit touch and go for a while because we were still very close to the 300, but we're getting quite past that. So we'll see. I'm excited. It has been so much fun already, and it's been not even a week yet, and we have one more full week and a weekend left. Thank you, Lizzie, once again for everything that you do. So much fun. All right, I'm gonna go back to read, and then yeah, we'll see. I do have to work at some point. Like, I have to do reports. Goodbye. Hi, it's Friday. I just sat down to dinner and I opened the spreadsheet and we got our coat of arms. Hi, Shuri. Stop, please. Stop. Anyway, I am super excited because now we can get to hop around the infantry board. I was just close to logging the hymn to Dionysus for my original path that I was on in the infantry board, so that's fine, but yeah. So that's exciting. We finally got there in last place again, but it's fine. It's fine. We are kind of close to Alnwick anyway. At least in Wonder Points. Anyway, I'm gonna have my dinner before it gets cold, and then I'll tell you what else happened today, because it was another very exciting day. Alright, bye. So the angle is not the best, but I am tired and I am not moving from this couch for a bit, so you'll have to deal with it. I was gonna tell you about today, because today was the second round of jousting, and we did so well. I am still very proud of our team, but we were out of the tournament at the end because Dover got to pick who to go against for this round, and they picked us, of course, and they won. They finished. We were just so close, literally so close. We were doing so well. I read the twins at St. Clair for that. It was a prompt where a character needed to have the same job as you, and I'm a teacher, so I read that. There's a bunch of teachers in that series. It's by Enid Blyton. It's a classic children's, well, yes, I suppose it's children's literature. It follows these two twins who are sent to this boarding school, and yes, it's so nostalgic. I read those when I was a child. Well, I guess I was almost a teenager by then. I don't know. I think it shaped me in like how I was as a student. Each chapter has like a message, like a moral, and yes, a moral. Yeah, a moral. And I don't know. I always felt like I wanted to be like them. I guess I also wanted to go to a boarding school. It seemed so fun. But yes, I read that during my breaks and as I left school, but it was still not fast enough. So we're done. We got 5 coins. We'll have to spend them at some point. But yes, then there was just one battle. Didn't involve us, thank goodness. And yeah, the rest of the day was pretty quiet until now that we got our coat of arms. And I need to finish my book. So I am gonna go do that. I have 100 pages and something left, which I can do tonight. I need to plan how I'm going to do things tomorrow, because I need to finish my work, my reports, before Sunday. And tomorrow I have a live show with Mel. And Sunday afternoon, there's the live show for TBR Trail, which I don't want to miss because it's always very fun and chaotic, and there's things to do, and I don't want to miss that. And that will take away time. It usually lasts for like 2 hours on Sunday, and I will probably go see my family at some point, because yeah, we usually get together at some point during the weekend. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But for now, I'm just gonna read and eat some chocolate because it's cold and it's Friday and I deserve it. So I'll see you when I'm done with this book. I'm loving it so much again. Saturday afternoon. I look a mess, but I will look better in a bit because I need to make myself presentable for Mel's live show. I have here, and I still have not finished this. I went to have lunch at my sister's house and a bunch of things happened, so yes. I have 50 pages left, but Mel hasn't finished it either, so we're doing a bit of reading sprint before the live show to finish it when we start, so it'll be fine. I still have an hour, I could finish it before then, but I thought I'd take the time to update you on a couple of things, because one, I got some book mail. I ordered a few books from a book outlet, I think it is, and normally I wouldn't be able to because it would be very expensive to bring those books here from the US, but they were having a sale and they were like $5.99 or $5 each, and so even with the shipping it was still a good idea. So I got 6 books, two of which I have already read, and that is Glorious Exploits. Look at that book. Look at the eyes. I read this last year during the last Wonderthon, and it was my favorite book from Wonderthon. It is a bit scuffed up and there's a printing error because this map is printed upside down, but it has a map and there's a map on the other side as well. So, and it's very orange, so I'm very happy to have this book. Oh my god, the dog is going again. That dog better shut up when the live show starts because I won't be able to speak like this. Look at, can you hear that? Oh my god. Anyway, no, it's gonna happen. You're gonna hear that dog because I can't edit that out. The other one I have already read is Murder Your Employer by Rupert Holmes. He is the guy who wrote the Pina Colada song, which is very, very interesting. This book is great. It's hilarious. I loved it. And then I got a bunch of books I have not read. I got The Shadow Key by Susan Stokes Chapman. This is historical mystery, I think. Look at how shiny it is. I love that. I'm very excited to read this because I have read Pandora by this author and I really enjoyed it a couple of years ago. And her short stories in the Haunting Season and The Winter Spirits I've also liked. Then in that same vein, I got The Square of Sevens by Laura Shepard Robinson. She also has stories in those anthologies and I have enjoyed them before. I don't know what this is about. And then I got Inkblood Sister Scribe. I've heard good things about it. It's about sisters and magic. I think I'm gonna like this. The author has a cat in her picture, so that seems like a good omen. And finally, I got another hardback, and that is Perilous Times by Thomas D. Lee. My best friend read this book and she really enjoyed it. She said I should, and it's an Arthurian legend retelling, something like that. Ooh. Oh! It's blurred by Natasha Pulley. I have to read this. And then, lastly and very excitingly, I got Lizzie's bookmarks. She is so sweet. Like, she put a little crab there to seal the envelope, and here are the bookmarks. I'm excited to use them. They came right in the middle of Wonderthon, so that's great. Go Warwick. And that's it. That is my little haul. I am now going to personalize these books. I always put my little sticker with my initials on them. Then I write the date when I got these, and yeah, get ready for the live show. I'm gonna change and do something with my hair. I can't do anything about this though, so yeah. Anyway, I hope this dog goes inside, or its owners do something about it, because I cannot deal. Hello, yes, I put on my favorite sweater for the live show. It's now like almost midnight, but we did finish the book during a very long reading sprint for like an hour, which was great. Both Mel and I were like in exactly the same spot on about to start chapter 33, so we finished pretty close, and that was great. We had a great discussion. There were some people in the chat, and yeah, both Mel and I loved, well, I knew I loved it because it's a reread, but Mel loved it too, so that was great. And then I had dinner and I worked a bit in my journal because I didn't feel like picking up another book so soon. But I was deciding what to start. And I think, hold on, I'm going to read this. I don't know if this is a smart choice. It is like 400 and something pages, like 450 almost. And I mean, some of the pages are not long at all. Like there's one that literally says there are no birds here. I remember that from flipping through the book. So yeah. So I think because this has a lot of poetry that, you know, the page count is long, but it's not going to be long to read. But it does seem like it's a heavy book. So I don't know if you can't really tell because I've been moving the book. It's Cuddy by Benjamin Myers. Now, Cuddy is Saint Cuthbert, who is a saint from the north of England. And I just read the introduction. That's why I know this. Because I don't remember anything from like the synopsis. I remember seeing that it was a weird book and I wanted to see what I felt. And yeah, apparently it's a story of this man, Saint Cuthbert, who lived in the 600s, I think. I literally just read that. Why can't I remember? 687. And he was born 634. So, Shuri, will you stop, please? Oh my god, I can't. Anyway, this will get me quite a few points because it's a blue cover and it's historical fiction. And now this is a lot of points. So I want to read this before there's another earthquake. I don't think it's going to affect the archery points again. But yes, so I think I'm going to start this tonight before I go to bed and see how I feel. And if I decide it's too heavy for Wonderthon, I'll just pick something else tomorrow. But seems like it could be doable. However, tomorrow I have to do the reports because I did not do anything today. So yeah, hopefully I can work through those quickly. I don't know. Why am I like this? Anyway, good night. Okay, so that is the end of part 1. I'm gonna leave it there and finish editing the rest of the week. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Let me know if you read any of the books that I was talking about. And yeah, hope you join me for part 2, so subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, happy reading!